Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's just bullying. That's just bullying right there. How dare you? How dare all of you? Thank you for the subs. Thank you. Thanks. Unbelievable. Can't believe this. No. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's not okay. Come on, stop. Oh my God. I got a game to run. I got a game to run. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Unfair. Unfair. Oh man. No. No bully. No bully. No bully. Unbelievable. You can't end if you keep gifting subs. I'm still setting up. I am not. I'm just getting everything there so everyone can see what's going on. Thank you for all the gifted subs. Thank you. Thank you, Mads. Thank you, Blue. Thank you, Lopar. Thank you, someone else. I also, Draconis. Supershigi, Completionist, and Dodger, and Dookieshed, and Masae will be getting their thanks at the end of the session, okay? I'm not gonna reward that behavior. I'm not rewarding it, chat. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm just not. Stop, Masae. God. Every time Masae and I do. All right, thank you. Thank you. No more. Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Stop it. Thank you. Okay, thanks. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. There. Thank you. Thank you very much. You've shot the gun. Thank you very much. Okay? I've acknowledged it. I'm acknowledging it. I can't. I'm trying. Stop. You actually need to stop. I'm trying. Oh my God. I can't. I'm trying to get this one thing set up. what am I doing? God, get that. Nope. I put too many letters there. All right. And there. And nope, I can't. Who does Laura play again? And there, it's done. It's all done. It's all set. My God. My God. Actually, all right, I'm done. I'm setting up. I'm unmuting so I can end this bullying. This is ridiculous. Thank you very much. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? I was like, all right, I'm setting all these up, and then suddenly I see these subscriptions come in, and I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous.
Oh, I thought you weren't gonna mention it until the end.
No,
we got you.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so much money came in, and I was like, stop, please stop. I couldn't type Kyron's name to get her token out. I forgot what Laura's character's name was. I literally typed Supershigi into Roll20 and was like, that's not it. That's not it. I can't think. Well, all right. Well, thank you. Very kind. Very generous. I'm definitely doing that Baka face where I'm like, no. I'm not
like I care or anything.
It's not like I care or anything. Not feeling anything. Folds arms. Oh my. Okay. All right. We're ready. We're ready to be. I got a game to
Yeah,
run.
we're ready.
Guys,
Yeah.
I got a game to run, and you're already just starting it. You're just starting it. You know, you're making me break down, and that's not fair. You gotta wait. You gotta wait till the end so I can DM properly.
It is fair because we already cried
Yeah,
during the pre-show, Brett. So
True.
Well, you guys,
join the party.
you
We're on
guys
even footing
can
now.
cry all you want. I gotta focus. I gotta focus on this. I gotta get you there. I gotta get you to the finish line, okay? You guys can be on the boat crying all the way to the end, and that's the story, and I'm fine with that. But I gotta get you to the end point. Oh boy. Okay. All right. What am I I need the atmosphere. See, this is. I can't believe. I can't believe you've done this.
Brett, best DM.
Oh, stop it. I don't know how to handle this. I'm emotionally crippled. I don't know how to respond to this. Where's my sail? Oh, that's what it is, sailing. I was like, where's my sailing? Yo, how messed up would it be if we had a final session and you weren't on the boat one time? Like, how would that?
I'd
How
be
would-
devastated
Same.
and unsubscribe.
Yeah, we
No
literally
longer best DM.
Yeah.
in this whole phase, we upgraded our boat to be this cool freaking thing, and we've been on it 0 times.
Like
Yeah, it,
A
like,
couple of
flies.
times. A
has
couple
a-
of times.
I guess
Once.
the implication is that it got us to places, but we didn't actually
You
it was
didn't
between
actually-
episodes.
Yeah, you didn't actually witness that, and the reason for that is just I don't have a 3D department to show like the cinematic of the misdemeanor flying over the devastated land of Asmodeus looking up, and then the pirates are looking down, and you just see Kyron mutter under her breath, "We're gonna get you, bitch. We're gonna get you."
We're gonna get you, bitch.
and then Luna looks over and she just 2 middle fingers right at Asmodeus. She's wearing sunglasses as the ship is descending down. That's what I want. That's what I want my my art department.
That's what
to do.
actually happened when you
That
went
is-
through the portal.
Yo, I'm just
Yeah.
saying, can we, as a recap, sorry, spoiler alert, Luna just spanked Asmodeus, like, actually? Like, what?
No, I believe she wanted to.
She wanted to.
And realized that it was a better use of her time to spank the air to get her intentions across,
Spank the
and
spirit.
then went
Felt it.
somewhere else.
And then went. Okay. All right, everyone's here. Just gonna go ahead and remove that. All right, I'm looking for failing thing. We're not. I genuinely am not gonna attempt to make like a 3-hour sad session. I mean, you guys are free to do and respond however you wish. But I'm not gonna be like, let's milk the tears, let's make it happen. Yeah. So. Oh, that's a good one. That's a
I'm
good
still
one.
not over the bard bullying fan art.
Yo,
my
that
God.
was we'll show that
So
again at
good.
the end.
Bowie
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah, we'll show that again at the end, because yeah, we wanna make sure everyone sees that. So before we start, there is some story development that has happened from the final combat that happened last night at the end part, and yeah, so there is some story development. If you guys are coming here and you didn't watch the final battle at all, you may want to take a peek at the end to see exactly what's happened before continuing on with this session. Otherwise, you're gonna get some spoils. You're gonna get some big story spoils for as far as the misdemeanor is concerned, and the misdemeanor goes. So let's. Too late. Yeah, I know that the Asmodeus spank comment was a big spoil, and I should have given you more warning.
It's true. Fuck. I'm sorry.
Lamia's already drawing the fan art, just being like, well, there it is. And now I have to But I mean, honestly, I think you don't even have to watch the whole battle. You just at the end, at the end of the victory part of that fight, feel free to watch that. But now that I've given, without further ado, so it's a brief recap of what has happened. It has been I would say it's been about some time that you guys have maybe been sailing aboard the Misdemeanor since the fight with Asmodeus. A couple of weeks, maybe even a month. I'm assuming you're not rushing over to Crocesque to bid farewell to Leighton. I'm assuming that maybe you're taking the long way around. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. And I feel like that's everything when it comes to a pirate.
That's the whole theme of this campaign.
Yeah, it's I think when it comes to a pirate's life, that's what it is. So at that point, you guys have, after a long and emotional battle against Asmodeus, who, well, with the sword of immortality and it literally the biggest found family attack you can do, your lot, along with Wazy and Sterling, friends that you have made along the way, and a little loud goblin by the name of Clernt, who kept demanding money over and over and over again. Sterling and Clernt, by the way, have sailed off in their own little mini dirigible over to Pathos for uncertain reasons. That is unknown. I'd like to bring up as a side thing, and I think this will be a nice sneak peek for the audience as well. Tomato immediately reached out and said, so me and Joe want to do a mini one-off session between Phase 2 and Phase 3 where Sterling and Clernt are heisting a bank. And I was like,
yes.
I was like, I do want to do an IO Phase 3 fundraiser, and I've been looking for some one-off ideas, including, I don't know if I actually brought this up to you guys, we have always talked about what if Wood Gnome was a final boss. If everyone is down for that during the IO Phase 3 fundraiser, we can absolutely do a non-canonical session with you guys fighting off against final boss Wood Gnome.
Yes.
It's really funny
I think
because
that we have to.
Yes.
Yeah, we have to. During the pre-show, we
yeah.
were talking about how somebody had suggested that Wood Gnome should have become one of Asmodeus's like general demon lords, and I was like, God, if only.
All right, well, one of the things I do want to mention when you hop back onto the boat is that Wood Gnome is no longer on the Misdemeanor.
What?
What?
Because he's a demon lord.
Right. That is why.
Yes, and now it's canon.
And yeah, I mean, so there's a good question. How long would you have been looking for Wood Gnome?
I mean, I think
10
that we
minutes?
would have assumed that he was just hiding out in Armstrong's cabin, right? Like he
like
did that
we
all the
would've,
time.
Like forgotten about him for like a week and then been like, where's Wood Gnome?
That's
When's the
like
last time anyone's seen Wood Gnome?
Yeah, Wood Gnome's just been doing his thing. So this never came up, but since this is the final session, I've got some above board lore that I've been keeping in my back pocket about Wood Gnome.
Oh my God.
Wood Gnome, when he gave you that name, it was a disguise name. Wood Gnome was not actually named Wood Gnome,
What?
but he didn't want to tell you his name out of fear that his reputation would have preceded him. His name was actually Pants Gnome.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Choked on my drink.
Wait, wasn't Pants Gnome from your guys' like one shot or
Yes.
whatever?
Yes.
Like
The original
pre-misdemeanor?
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Because he talked just like him and he was so weird and like he
Yeah.
was bad.
And he had a knife.
I hated Pants Gnome.
Yeah, Pants Gnome was gonna be like the main villain of that campaign.
Yeah. Oh my
We
gosh.
like watched him like slit someone's throat. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh no.
So I would have said probably within a couple of weeks as you would have been sailing aboard the ship itself, Armstrong probably would have somewhere along the way found a crumpled up paper, which was a a note, essentially, just this crumpled up paper somewhere off in the corner, assuming that it was just discarded, and then you'd open it to realize, what does this say? And it's just literally reading right there. It just says, I want to thank you for the journey, but I'm afraid I gotta go. There's one secret I've always kept from you. My name's not actually Wood Gnome. It's Pants Gnome. I've included a little something where you might be able to earn a bit of gold reward. You see, I'm a wanted criminal that's been on the run for many, many years. Good luck, Armstrong. PG is just all that's described over at the bottom.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
It all makes sense now. I was like, is this just how gnomes are? I guess they're just all weird, but it makes sense.
See, I thought he was gonna end up being like a gnome prince or something, and we were like toting around royalty and using him as a football.
So he will include, as part of his capture, his eye patch.
Aw.
That he would have started wearing halfway aboard your sailing on the Misdemeanor. So really, there's no way to prove that it actually belonged to Pants Gnome, because Pants Gnome wasn't known for having an eye patch. But you know, it was the thought. It was the thought that counted. His wanted reward would have been for 80 gold pieces.
Huh.
Respectable amount.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. For the murder of a bunch of dogs. Just kept
God
stacking.
damn it.
Just kept stabbing dogs.
Jeez.
Yep.
Well,
He's horrible.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope he at least ate them after he killed them. My gosh.
I hope he didn't let those dogs go to waste. I assume, just so we cover the bases of all
Yes.
of the ship NPCs, I assume that Malcolm stayed at the school.
Yes, Malcolm would have stayed at the academy over with Al and Eleonora, now that they are back and have resurfaced. And
Nigel.
Nigel, yes. Now with the death of, with the death and removal of the Archmagister, and also the evidence that Eleonora has found of the headmaster's misgivings. The Kingdom of Brisbane is now going through a bit of restructuring, having the wool pulled over their eyes several times with the same person. Also revealing the fact that, and this might actually be good for Luna, that the headmaster of the Exodus Academy was the same headmaster of the old academy that Luna was a part of.
Ooh.
And was leading the students of Daymancers that Luna was not a part of, but Luna's cousin was, Maylira. So, Maylira, of course, will continue to be imprisoned and continue to be questioned, but the Daymancers would have been displaced at that point in time. The Daymancers' power was already dwindling. Apparently, you can only exploit day magic for so long before you can't do anything with it again, and that's part of the reason why the headmaster was just scrambling, finding another source of power, first with Cosma and then with Shadow, and now the headmaster, Valiantsworth, has been cast off into the Shadow Vale, into the twisted form of Shadow Lord that they are. Someone mentioned this in our Discord, that and it's true, that Valiantsworth probably got the worst out of all the Shadow Lords, because Valiantsworth has never been to the Shadow Vale before, which is a twisted veil of insanity that literally warps your mind the longer that you're in it. And now Valiantsworth has been cast off into that for who knows how long. But
Wow.
the kingdom of Brisbane will be, they're gonna work, they're gonna restructure, they're gonna figure out exactly what to do with the Arcane Academy. But with Eleonora, Al, Nigel, and Malcolm, there is the hopes that there may be a positive direction to go from there. Nigel literally sent his dad to Torture Town. Nigel is an amalgamation of Day that would have been revealed and found out through further notes that was created by the headmaster. So even though Nigel was essentially the son of Valiantsworth looked at him more as a creation, a failed project, than actually blood-related or so. And that's
messed up.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Valiantsworth hated Nigel for it. But Nigel had Nigel, and that's the thing, Nigel still has the blood of a human. Nigel has or had a mother. So it's been very unfortunate. But now Nigel is gonna take that peace, gonna get that rest, needs to rest after everything.
Not
that's
be a
happened to
book
him.
for a while.
Yeah. So he'll continue to press forward. I think Nigel would have at some point went over to Ayla after all was said and done, whether through travels to Atlas or even if Ayla went back to the Exodus Academy one last time. I think Nigel would have asked Ayla what Ayla is gonna do. You know, what is he gonna do? You know, Al and Eleonora and Malcolm, they have their different ideas of what they want to do with the school or whether to lead the school itself, but yeah.
I think Ayla probably would have told him that he's gonna learn as much as he can, and then has intentions to become a teacher one day, and maybe even open his own school. And he probably would have said something like, he probably would have said something overly toxic about how his school is going to be better than their school, but you know.
That's.
But overall, I think it would have been a nice conversation. He just can't help it.
I think Nigel would at one point just kind of look down and go, oh, and then when you say, well, my school's gonna be better than this school, and Nigel would probably, with the scarf around mouth, shrug a little bit and go, probably. It's just like that innocent sort of yeah.
Ayla, I think, would look at him and kind of squint and go, well, too nice. But
oh, I'm sorry.
Kind of no, it's a good thing. You're nicer than most people I know.
He looked down. He said, my mom was a very nice person. She always would tell me that everyone's got their own story to tell, their own struggles to face, their own life to live. I just figure, why be a problem to that? I'd rather be a positive footnote in their journeys, right? Tilt his head a little bit.
After all you've been through, I'm surprised you can still think that way, but I hope that our stories intersect again.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I'm not going to quit with what I'm doing. And you say, with everything you've been through is a surprise, he'll probably smile to that. And he said, I honestly feel like I don't have any other choice. The other option just feels too grim, too sad. I've got to keep pressing on. I got to keep pushing forward. I've got to bring some honor to the Valiantsworth name, even though it's probably very tainted by now. What I've got.
You've been given a chance to do anything that you want with your life. So don't have it held up by names or intentions that way.
He looks over at you and says, I suppose you're right. My mom passed a long time ago, and my father, well, you know exactly what happened. He'll look over to you and say, what is your last name, Ayla?
Beard Throne.
Oh.
He'll think to himself.
Oh no.
And he'll go, beard throne. Wait, does that mean you're gonna grow a beard? And he'll say with a smile. And then he kind of looks at the side of your face like He's
Yeah,
imagining
Aelys will
you with
kind
a
of, like,
beard.
Aelys will kind of like rub the side of his face and be like, I'm afraid, depending on my genetics, this might be as good as it gets. But I've been adopted by a very lovely man, and that's his last name, so I've taken it.
And he will think to himself a little bit. And he'll be like, well, I mean, you seem like you have a good heart. Aldorus is very
Aelys will
dedicated.
look shocked.
And he goes, Aldorus is very dedicated to the books, and Eleonora, she's stiff, but I know that her heart's also in the right place. He'll look down for a moment, and he'll just say, I miss Tremor.
I only met him a couple of times, but in only those couple of times he did mention you. So I think he also missed you, for what that's worth.
He smiles as he looks up and he goes, Malcolm and I are going to visit, if my understanding, his resting place, over in the Astral Vale. It seems that the pathway between the Astral Vale and school is still very much open. We're considering fortifying it, allowing us to explore the depths of what was the Astral Academy and the Astral Archives.
When are you going?
Well, we gotta sort of sort everything out here first, but I'll turn it over to you and just say, would you like to join us?
Yes.
Tremor will, sorry, not Tremor, Jesus. Nigel will smile, and then sort of grab like the back of your hand to open it up and give you a small red stone.
Would I know what that is?
No. This actually seems to be a little trinket. As Nigel will smile to you, look up. Something I've been tinkering with, working on. You hold the stone and think to yourself a message you want to send me. You'll be able to do so. But also, and then he says with a smile, I can send messages to you while you hold the stone.
Oh, all right. I'll try to only use it when I need to.
He chuckles a little bit. Use it as often as you want.
Again, you're far too nice, but thank you.
And then he just laughs to himself and he just says, look, I've been a book for so long. I miss talking with people. You can literally message me with anything. Things that are on your mind and your thoughts. Letting me know where you're at. There's never such thing as a wasted conversation. And honestly, I would like to hear more about your travels. I would like to keep in touch with you. I believe you, all of us, are going to do big things when it comes to Brisbane, Ishtar, Io. And I want to be a part of that. But I think it's important we stay in contact, right?
Aelys will smile a little and then look down and he'll nod and put it in his bag. He'll like put it in like a really specific spot. Say, all right then.
He'll nod and look over to Eleanor and smile. And he'll just say, with kind of like an eesh face, he'll look over to Eleanor and say, sorry again. Do you forgive me?
Wait, what happened?
He's looking to Eleanor saying that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got Eleanor and Eleonora confused
No,
for a
it's all
second
good.
there, and I
It's
was
all
like,
good.
Bree is not here.
Yeah, Bree is not here.
Yeah, Eleanor, I think, typically is kind of peeking out from under Aelys's hair and has sort of been resting a bit further back behind his nape. But she'll sort of slither out and kind kind of just stare at Nigel for a second, and Alis will go, "She's fine. She understands that it wasn't your fault."
A lot of work to do. Happy sailing, he'll say, questioning if that
Thank
was
you.
the right statement. And then
Well, I
he'll...
suppose I'll contact you sometime.
He smiles. Anytime. As he'll kneel down, picking up a giant stack of books. And with a smile on his face, he'll walk out of the room.
All right. He'll like look like a little flustered and a little like, what's the word that I'm looking for? I don't know. He just seems like he's not like totally sure what to do, and then he just like leaves.
So, recollecting on that as you hold the stone, yeah, you continue sailing up on the Demeanor, heading over, like I said, taking a bit of the long way in a couple of the islands, maybe going to port to see what the other lands and continents have to offer. You're pretty close to the Kingdom of Wendolin, which is a port-side kingdom, ruled over by a body of a senate, but a massive town that you probably would have went to and explored a little bit. And, yeah, you would have taken the long route. But you know exactly where to go now. It's been about a month's worth of travel. You're traveling to the southeast, to where you faced off against the War Master. You're looking for the city of Crocesque, as images of Crocesque has been inside Leighton's mind. Leighton, I think it's fair to say, ever since you've collected all of the souls that you could, being within the sword itself sort of gave you time to think, to reflect, hopefully give you a little bit more understanding of your purpose and your binding with this weapon, this sword itself, that you've looked at for a curse for quite some time. You would recollect and think about the times that you've met with individuals who even offered to take that burden off of from you and said, discard the sword, get rid of the sword. I can teach you something new, something great. And yet, even though that you have been holding on to the sword itself, you never gave it up, even for as much struggle as it gave you. Maybe you would have questioned as to why, but now you have the answer. You've been immortality this entire time. You are this living weapon. And because of that, you now have the ability to bury the souls. Helby, in Asmodia, would you have gathered the rest of the souls of the Kingdom of Asmodia that would have been scattered about through the kingdom?
Yeah, I think Leighton would have stopped all the spirits from swirling above the sky of Asmodia and would gather them all.
With an understanding of not only immortality, but who you actually are, you do so with extreme ease. There's almost a comfort to it. And that might be unsettling to you one way or another, and I'll ultimately let you decide what it is. But now that you have been within the blade, now that you are the blade, yeah, any spirit that is lost, you would just simply house within the sword. And there would normally be a struggle, a pain, a blowback of some kind, but you just take in all of the spirits, placing it within your sword itself. And even the weight of the blade, of the spirits that you had within, just feels lighter. Immortality now feels like it's a part of you, like an appendage. It no longer feels anything there. What is Leighton? What thoughts has Leighton had as you continue to sail off to Crocesque to ferry the souls, that especially those that of an entire kingdom?
I think Leighton feels at peace. I think like the sins of his past have finally washed away, and he feels like he's giving back to the world. And while it doesn't necessarily make him feel good that he's leaving his family, he feels like this is ultimately where, where he needs to fulfill his duty. And he feels happy that it feels purposeful. It's not just like a waste, you know. He feels like the sword's no longer a burden, but it's more like a privilege.
Right. And then your sailing would continue. Of course, you have other crewmates that have been here, specifically Philippa, or Linda Philippa, as well as Nicholas. There's anything that you would like to do with them, or any sort of interactions that you guys would like to do now while you're on the boat, you are free to do so. And when you are ready, your travels will take you back to Crocesque. But this is your opportunity and your chance to say goodbye to characters, to each other, before you finish your journey in Crocesque. Oh, here. Any sort of resolution or anything you'd like to look around for?
What's Nicholas doing?
What's Nicholas? I mean, Nicholas is still down over where the down there. He's just cooking, baking up a storm, keeping himself busy and occupied.
That's so crazy. Luna should go down there.
Wow, that's so crazy.
Yeah,
That's
Luna,
so
you
wild.
should
I
totally
feel
go
like
down
Luna's
there and
really
see what's up
hungry
with
right
him.
Is this what the crew is actually saying to Luna?
Ayla would not say that.
Armstrong might instigate that.
Theron might nudge a little by just being like, "Go grab me a snack," and that's it.
Luna's like,
Oh, you're
looks a little
going
bit
to
like-
see your bread boy, are you?
Luna like blushes a little, and she's like, "What do you guys?" Fine.
Oh, come on, Luna.
Don't worry, no one's gonna follow you down there. You'll have full privacy.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I have to go down there anyway because I found a spoon. I'm
Hungry.
I'm gonna
A
give him a
spoon,
spoon.
really? A spoon?
Yeah, I picked up a spoon somewhere. It just, it would be good for cooking.
Ah.
So I can't go get food too?
So honey, let her go alone. It's best for her to go down there.
Bring me some too, please.
Okay.
All right.
Am I walking even in the right direction?
Yeah, you're walking in the right direction.
She's just walking away from everyone else.
Yeah. So
I think the rest of the crew would like jump like onto the platform and like try and
Yeah.
listen from above.
Meanwhile, I'd like to imagine, like this entire time, Philippa will be over there working. Nicholas is just getting things ready, and then you just kind of hear from above. You don't hear any words. You just kind of hear, and Luna being like, and everyone is just like laughing as like Luna's. You just hear like Luna's light footstep. Nicholas will be like. He gives like the most pronounced sigh as he'll look over at Philippa, who's now working on a map, and she'll give Nick sort of like this wry smile, and it's like, life aboard a pirate ship, huh? Nicholas is like, yeah, I guess, as he'll just continue working at this point in time. Luna, you would at that
love
point,
it, Nicholas.
Luna, you would at that point go downstairs. I don't know why. I imagine Dodger just like a viewer as well, and he'd popcorn be like, you love it, Nicholas.
I'm just this shitty bird that keeps showing up on the ship. It's like, hey, Nicholas.
Yeah, so Luna, what do you end up doing?
Okay, so Luna kind of like walks down the stairs. She keeps looking back to see if they're spying on her, and she just sort of like neatens her ponytail a little bit and makes sure she looks presentable, and then she kind of starts walking down and checking out what's going on beneath deck.
What's the cartographer's name?
Linda Philippa.
Can we call it Linda for short, or
Yeah,
is
you
it
can
the
do
whole
that.
thing?
Yeah, that's her whole
Great.
name. Yeah.
Leighton from the top deck just screams, "Linda, bring me that map you've been working on."
Linda sighs, like, she mutters under her breath, not even being subtle anymore, as she'll roll up the map and then just walk upstairs.
Luna's like, oh, bye, Linda. Oh.
She'll nod as she moves over. Nicholas will kind of like look down a little bit, turn over with a smile to Luna, and just walk over. And thing that Nicholas has been doing recently, whenever he thinks Luna's coming down to gather food or one reason or another, will just hand over Luna a cup of tea on a little tea plate. And he'll nod a little bit, and he says, I think these are from these tea leaves was actually from Gwendolyn. I didn't know if you'd be interested in trying them. Trying to find something that you might like, and the basic tea leaves here just haven't been super, they've been a bit boring. So
You made me tea, Luna says, and she looks at it, and she's so happy. She's like, you even researched tea?
He shrugs a little bit. He says, I don't know much about it. It's just, I saw these tea leaves that sale at Gwendolyn, and I figured, well, when were we going to be back here? So it wasn't much. I don't want you to think anything of it.
Oh, she like holds the cup up and takes a sip. How does it taste?
Let me think. Probably a little bit of orange blossom, a little bit of lavender mixed in with that. Nice. It's nice and soothing. It's a very like light flavored tea. It isn't extremely heavy. It would be a black tea as well. It wouldn't be like green or anything like that. So, but it doesn't have a strong aftertaste. It's extremely light. So
It's
citrusy lavender, I would say. Light tones and a black tea.
She's smiling. She said, wow, you picked out some really good tea leaves. This is great.
He'll lightly chuckle a little bit, and he says, I promise you, I just saw the bag. It was affordable. I just figured it was something to try. Does it work for you? I can make you more whenever you need to.
Oh, I like it a lot. I like the lavender. Gosh, we had the craziest adventure, Nicholas. This is just so, this helps me calm down. It's been quite a journey, she said, and she like looks in the cup, and she starts getting really emotional suddenly because she starts thinking about the talk that Leighton and Armstrong had, and like all the places that they'd been and all the near-death experiences, and then she suddenly just gets really, her eyes start welling up with tears, and she just sips the tea, and she's like, this tea is really good.
And then Nicholas is just looking around, and he sees you tearing up, and Nicholas is like flustered a little bit as he turns around and goes, yes, of course. And then he'll pull in his, he goes in his right pocket first, and then he shakes his head. He goes, no, this one. And then he goes in his left pocket, and he pulls out a very clean handkerchief, and he just like hands it over to you, to your other hand at this point, as you're holding the tea plate with the other hand.
Well, thank you. She accepts it and starts wiping away the tears, and she tries to compose herself a bit, and she says, I brought you something too. It's not a tiny anvil. I realized that wasn't particularly useful, and so she was looking in her pocket, and she's like, but in one of the keeps we went to, there was this really neat hand-carved wooden spoon, and I thought, well, I remember when we were helping you move the stove and all that stuff that you couldn't take everything with you, and I remember your mom had quite a nice selection of hand-carved utensils, and so I know this isn't the same, but I thought maybe you could use it, and she holds it up to him.
Nicholas's face is just beaming. You'll actually see like the widest smile form on his face before he just gently, like very delicately, like he wants no harm to come to the spoon, as he'll like gently take it from you, and he'll look at it with a smile, and he'll close his eyes. A tear will kind of like go down his face before he cleans it off his face very quick, and he said, this is beautiful, Luna, thank you. Well, I will cherish it, says with a smile, holding it up.
I'm glad. I know it's real tough to leave where you came from. So I'm really glad that you came with us on the boat like this. I know Kyron really appreciates it, and admittedly, well, I love bread and chocolate. It's just about one of my favorite things next to tea, and it's just thank you for taking care of us when we're here doing all these crazy things.
He'll kind of like move his hand down like an aw shucks, like aw geez, and then he'll just shake his head and say, I had an understanding of what a pirate's life is when it came to my previous employer, I suppose. And I'll tell you right now, sailing aboard this ship has been one of the greatest achievements of my life. And I get to do what I love and what I enjoy, which is just simply bake, cook, try new things. I don't have to fight anybody if I need to. I don't have to charge into danger if I need to. I'm just sailing. It's just the ocean, the wind. I get to do what I want to do. So it is I who should be you. Thank you,
It was
Luna.
pretty neat, though, that you could hold your own, though. That one time that we did have a fight.
He smiles a little bit and he says, well, you still gotta protect yourself, right?
Of course.
And he'll at that point just offer a hand and just say, thank you, Luna, for giving me this life.
Aw. Luna reaches out and takes his hand and says, thank you for coming with us. And she kind of remembers the first meeting and kind of chuckles a little bit and says, you know, I might have been trying to get us back on the ship and everything, but I really was hungry for bread.
And at that point, he'll like take the hand back a little bit. His face turns beet red, and he's like, well, and then he'll smile a little bit and says, plenty of bread on the ship now. Guess you'll never have to be hungry for that again, huh?
Thank you, Nicholas.
He'll smile. And he goes, so I suppose I heard Kyron up there and hear screech for miles. And he'll be like, what are we serving them today?
I think that, you know, I feel like Kyron could really use like a big turkey leg. Or something of that sort. I just have a feeling.
He
She was,
blinks
like-
a little bit, like staring forward, and he's like, we didn't get turkeys from the port.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. What kind of meat do we have?
He looks over at like the dried jerky barrel, and he's like, we've got jerky, and I've also, well, I was more saving this for a special occasion. Don't tell anyone about this. As he'll like turn around over at this point, and he'll open up this drawer over here, and inside you will just see the biggest like slab of meat on a bone that you've ever seen. And he'll just,
Oh my gosh.
he'll go like he'll hush a little bit, and he says, I know Leighton's not gonna be here for much longer, but I figured our final day on board before we sail over to Crocesque, I would make a magnificent feast. The meat should keep for that long. I went ahead there, got plenty of vegetables, rice, all the things we need for the fixings. He puts it down and said, go on.
Luna starts crying. Because she's just like, our final feast.
Oh
She gets-
no! I'm sorry. He goes over to his left pocket, sees the handkerchief's not there, panics a little bit, remembers you have the handkerchief, and he just like points at it like use it. You can use it. Feel free to keep it. You could keep that. That's yours now. That's
Thank you.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. No, that's wonderful. I think that's so thoughtful that you did that. I love how thoughtful you are, and I think that will be perfect, and everyone will really appreciate it, and that'll be a really beautiful way to say goodbye to everyone. I think I should be used to this now.
He'll smile. He'll smile a little bit, and he'll say, "I like to think it's always hard to say goodbye. You know, what makes life living. If it was easier to say goodbye, then how can we appreciate the journey?"
It's true. In all honesty, I'm a little scared because I don't know what's gonna happen to everyone. In the past, it was always me leaving, you know, like moving on once, like my friend passed away, or once it was time for me to go, and it was just very clear cut. But for this, I don't know what's gonna happen to everyone, and I thought I'd get better, every time I say goodbye. But I really love these people, and I want the best for them.
He'll tilt his head a little bit, and he'll just say, Are you going somewhere?"
Me? I don't plan to. I don't feel like it's my time to go yet.
Well, he smiles.
This life's not over.
He smiles a little bit, and he'll just simply say, how about this then? If you ever decide to go someplace off this ship, if you ever decide that this pirate's life is not the journey that you want, and you wish to travel someplace else, and you're afraid you're going to be alone, if you want, you'll have me. I would be happy to take that journey with you. Or at least as long as I have left.
Oh.
If that's okay. And then he just kind of backs up a little bit.
I would be so happy. You'd just follow me around the world and make bread.
He smiles a little bit and says, "Sounds like a good life to me."
Nothing will make me happier.
Then we have our journey set. A silence will fall over the kitchen at this point in time as this wide smile appears on Nicholas before he just shakes his head and goes, "Oh, I wanted to ask you something. There's a recipe I wanted to try, but I've never really asked, do you have any baking experience?"
Me? Oh. Luna suddenly looks a little bit embarrassed because she remembers that really the only baking experience she had was with the goblins, and she's very aware of how different goblin cuisine is to human cuisine. So she's kind of like, and then she's like, I'll just say it. I know how to make mudstick casserole.
Mudstick. Not familiar with that recipe. But there is something I did want to ask from you.
Uh-huh.
You still have some tea leaves, right? The lavender?
Oh, yeah, I do.
He smiles a little bit, and he says, well, we have time, and if you're interested, there was a new loaf of bread I wanted to try, specifically with your tea leaves. And if you are available right now, would you help me bake this loaf? A loaf of lavender bread? I'll teach you and show you everything you need to know. And if we mess up, and he's like trying to, it's like, if we mess up, we'll keep trying, it's fine. And then he just say, you'd love to, and he smiles. And then he claps his hands and says, well, and before he starts to flour the table, and he says, then I guess we better get to work.
Luna nods, and she pulls out the satchel that's got all the tea leaves and stuff in it, and she starts looking through for the lavender leaves, and she's like, I got it.
Yeah. And that scene would close with Nicholas and Luna baking a loaf of bread together, combined with Luna's tea leaves and the know-how of Nicholas's baking skill.
All right, fan art, you better hurry up. This is the last session, so this is now get it out. This is the time. Get it out. Get it out. Go.
I like that Gerard's like, you're going to guys, you have to do it. You have to do it. But Gerard in his head is like, I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it. Lamia's inside.
This is it.
Lamia's like, I'm trying. Like Lamia's scribbling his
Dude, if y'all could see Miss Demeanor chat right now, Masae and I are a mess.
We're falling apart right now. Oh my god.
Well, there you go. There's the Nicholas and Luna ending that I hope
Thank you,
everyone...
that's all I wanted.
I hope everyone got what they wanted from that. You'll at that point you just kind of just see Philippa will walk in. She's just scribbling upon the map right now and looks over to everyone and like she's been slowly making her way there, and she just walks into everyone's ear on the pedestal right now, like on the
Yeah.
platform, just listening in, and you'll just hear a ahem.
Kyron doesn't move.
So honey will go, shh, we're trying to hear.
Swear there's no privacy on this boat anymore. She'll look around.
Who needs privacy?
She'll look around and then just kind of put her on the platform as well. All right. Is there anything else that you guys would like to say or do or send off?
I think Armstrong is kind of like having trouble accepting that this is sort of the end of an era, and he's probably going around trying to figure out who's staying, because he's gonna need a crew.
Hold on
you
a sec.
know.
I gotta turn on. All right, I'm back. Okay, well, that's a fair question. So, how does Armstrong approach all the crew members?
Probably, actually, you know, what he'd probably do is he'd probably like would know Ayla is back there. Probably wouldn't even look back, and he'd probably just casually be like, "So, Ayla, you're enjoying the pirate life, are you?"
I think ever since Ayla was told what's happening with Leighton, he's been super moody. He hasn't talked to people quite as much, so he's probably just been like just sitting in here reading for a while. So he'll kind of startle a bit. I suppose I've taken to it.
Can you see yourself taking up a career long term in some light piracy?
Ayla will close his book and walk over. I don't think that this is what I'm going to do forever, but I'm happy to be here now. Is that a helpful answer for you?
Well, you know, I just want to make sure we've got a full complement, you know, for future nautical journey. You see, you know, losing Leighton, that's going to be a big blow to our operation, and from a purely professional standpoint, I want to make sure that personnel is accounted for in the months to come.
Ayla will sort of step a bit closer and like put a hand on his arm to sort of get across, like, I know, like I get it. And he'll say, you know, I keep talking and thinking about a long time from now, after I've learned a lot more, of maybe starting school. And there isn't a school where the old academy was, and it is right next to the water. I suppose even when I'm older, I could continue to be on the ship sometimes if you need someone.
Would you really?
He'll smile a little. Of course. You realize that This experience has completely changed my life. I mean, it's traumatizing, but I've never been happier in some ways, so of course, if you need me, I'll be here.
Well, he wipes a tear. Glad to hear it. And you know that goes for the lot of you. The misdemeanor is a home to all of you. Whenever you need it, wherever it is, we'll come back and find you. Of course, any of you are welcome to stay for the time being. Seeing as how I've got, an eternity to sail the seas and see what's out there. I'd be positively delighted if any of you would join me.
So you even want to keep me?
Zahani, you may be the most intriguing young man I've ever laid eyes on. And he looks over at Ayla and he's like, and I've seen some intriguing young men.
You're so smart.
I
can't
wait
argue.
to see what you become.
I mean, I was just worried when I first said what I was. You sounded scared or worried, so I thought you would kick me off after a while, once it set in.
Well, the truth is, I think I was the one who was a wee bit afraid. Didn't exactly know what you were or where you came from, and...
Now, don't you be just recruiting anyone, Captain Armstrong. I need a crew, too.
Fair point, Cap. You think?
Yeah. So, honey, I offer you the same offering as Captain Armstrong. You may join me in my crew.
2 boats?
I mean,
could just be on both.
Truth be told, you're probably the only one who could live amongst me.
What does that mean? I still do not understand where you are going. It is like a job, yes?
It's a privilege, I would say, not a job.
I do not know what that word is, but it sounds exciting.
Well, I'll let you finish. I'm gonna go smell the sea real quick.
Suppose I didn't take into account that Leighton would need a crew for his new charge.
We don't even know if any of us could live. It nearly killed us going there the first time.
I remember when I sold me very soul to ensure that we got through that safely. What a decision that was to make.
I only knew you, Solus, so, you're fine as is.
Karen's gonna plop down against the wall.
I think Alis will follow Leighton.
Well, you just wait till I get that soul back, Kyron. You'll get a few rum drinks in me, and you'll see a whole different Captain Armstrong.
I can't wait for that.
Ayla,
Kyron, what say you?
Oh,
Sorry. I'm
no,
still,
go on. No, go on. Feel
I'm
free.
Still recruiting.
Yeah, please go for it.
Kyron, I feel like Kyron has been a bit more pensive. She's been a little pensive because it feels like things are coming down to a crossroads, and she's not sure how to handle that. Whenever the rubber hits the road, Kyron's first instinct is to get the hell out of Dodge before emotions get involved, but here she is. So she's trying to figure out how to get her, sort through her own thoughts and feelings about things, and she'll kind of shuffle a bit and be silent for just a short while before looking back up at Armstrong and says,
mean, I don't have anyone else, you know? I'd be doing the same thing, just, not invited. She thinks back to stowing away on various ships and hiding. And so she shrugs and gives Armstrong a wry smile. You got me, Captain.
All right, glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. And he uncorks a bottle of rum, takes a swig, passes it to Kyron.
Kyron, who has previously snubbed the rum on her first interaction with the crew because she didn't want to be intoxicated around strangers, now takes a big old swig. I think this is the first time that she's accepted a drink from Armstrong, actually.
Whoa.
Aw.
He's just delighted.
And she'll wince because she's not used to the burn, but she'll give him another smile before handing the bottle back.
Hey, there you go. Put some hair on your chest even when you're not a giant monkey. Saber-toothed tiger or whatever you turn into.
I turn into everything, it's fine.
So carrying off to the front of the ship. Originally I thought Aelis and Leighton were going to talk. Is Zahani joining that conversation as well?
Yeah, Zahani would have followed.
Oh, okay. Feel free.
Zahani!
Yes?
I know I just sprung that on you, but, I know you're the newest member of our crew, and you've had a very troubled past. But where I'm going, no one can come with me except for you. You have tremendous power and knowledge.
And that makes it so I can come too?
I believe you're special, and you may join me. If you join me, you will always have a home no matter what happens.
I've never had a home.
I mean, you have one here with the misdemeanor. But you also have one with me as well.
I feel like out of everybody here, and I don't mean to be mean to you, looks over to Aelis. You welcomed me right when you saw me. You were the one who was the nicest to me, without any care.
You can become anything.
I could.
And not because you have to. Because you have the heart. Leighton starts to take off his gun holster, and which is like also doubles as like a wrestling belt, and like wraps it around Zahani's belt,
Oh my god.
or around his waist, and goes, "If you join me, you'd be my first mate." Kind of mutters, "Probably my only mate, but you'd be a mate nonetheless."
I was going to join you even if I wasn't.
Leighton reaches into his pocket of never-ending hats and pulls out the biggest pirate hat he's ever had and plops it on Zahani's head.
Does it fit terribly because it's so big?
Yes.
As soon as it does, for a little bit, Zahani would change the size of his head to make it fit better. Even if it looks stupid.
If y'all don't make fan art of that,
So what do you think, Zahani?
I am excited to go.
Leighton like does like a brotherly arm grab to Zahani's inner arm Welcome to the crew, mate.
I hope I could still talk to my friends. Will I be able to, at least?
Leighton kind of ponders for a little bit. You know, I'm not so sure. But I'm sure there's got to be vacation days built somewhere in this job.
Well, there has to be a way. We just fought a giant monster that didn't belong here, so we could surely come back occasionally, yes?
Above board, I don't know if that's true, but Leighton wants,
You'll-
wants to believe so.
You'll find out at the end.
Great. so sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause there's a lot of unknowns. So
Yeah. I'll be honest, I have no clue. But I promise you I won't leave your side as long as you stay with me.
We will find a way. I believe in us. I feel like nothing is impossible.
Aye. I mean, look at us. We've killed so many things. We've overcome so many things. Leighton looks at the floor and like walks over to where Wood Gnome repaired the hole in the floor. My boy came upon this ship here. Just seemed like yesterday. Sahani, if you don't mind, I need to speak to Ayla, please.
Yes, I will go in the other room for a second.
I thank you.
He skips over with his giant hat. And immediately shows everybody off about it.
Nice hat.
Thank you.
I think the whole time that conversation was going on, Ayla's looked more and more like upset, but trying not to look upset.
Hello there, champion. I can't imagine what you're feeling right now. I know you must be frustrated and you must be angry and you must be sad.
Leighton. I've tried not to think about it, and it's not really helping.
Oh, I know.
I'm glad that you won't be alone, but I wish that it could be me instead of Sahani. Is that awful?
Oh, my boy. Even if it were you, you weren't meant where I was going. You love books. You love words. You see this world in a much different way than I do. If you were to come with me, you would not see that world anymore. And I can't do that to you. You were meant to bring good to this world. And you've brought so much good to me. I can't bring you along with me.
Ayla will just kind of collapse into his arms and give him a big hug. And let himself cry a little.
There.
He'll stand back up. I don't think that you'll be rid of me, though. I'm very smart. I'll figure out a way. Well, while I was angry, I was reading a lot of books, which won't surprise you, and turns out it's actually quite easy to make a permanent teleportation circle, so maybe one day I'll figure out a way to see you whenever I want.
Oh. If anyone's going to just figure that out, it's going to be you, my son. No doubt about it. You made thousands of books appear on the ship out of thin air for no reason. You can do anything. And when you do, I'll be waiting.
It's odd, to think that one day I might die and you'll be the one to greet me. There's something very comforting about that.
Oh. That is a day that I do not want to see. But I will always be watching. I'll be in the wind. I'll be in the air and the sea, the stars in the sky. I'll be with you always.
Leighton. Thank you for wanting me.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me!
I just, I need to say it all now, don't I? I've always known that I was smart, but I didn't ever truly think that someone would show me as much love as you have. So, even though it was short, I'm very honored to take your name and to have it for the rest of my life. And I will find a way to see you.
I thought I was destined to be alone forever. And then I found you. And it gave me purpose and hope and dreams and ambition. And to have you take my name, it means that us Beard Thrones will live forever. We will live forever.
I'll create a legacy that you can be proud of.
Oh, my boy, you already have. Don't think that I'm some absentee father who's never going to be around, because I will always be here, whether you like it or not.
So, I believe everyone has said their goodbyes at this point.
I don't know, have we, guys?
Well, it depends on what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know we're losing Leighton, and Armstrong definitely has some stuff he wants to say to him, but I don't know if now's the time or, if we should wait till we get there.
Well, once you arrive, I will tell you above board. It's not a... And here's everything that happens. Goodbye, If there's still any final moments you wish to say, you will have the ability to do so. Once all that is said and all that is revealed, then at that point. The ending note.
All right, I'm gonna sit on it.
Okay.
I don't know. This is something I've been thinking about for a while. What the fuck is up with Scrum? Because that was like that feels like such a forever ago thing. Like,
You should. I mean, like above board, you should take Scrum with you. Like,
right, but I
Scrum
don't
is
even
the
know is
other person
Scrum
who could come
alive?
with you.
Like, is Scrum
Yeah, Scrum's
loyal to
alive.
me?
Yeah, he's
It's
just on the
like-
ship, right?
He's just on the ship. I mean, you never discovered exactly what was the fate of Scrum and what's happened, but you can safe to assume now that the Shadow Veil has been torn open and sundered away. Whether Scrum has a connection still to the Veil or not, to the Deep One, to Asmodeus, it really doesn't matter at this point. It is only now the option of, do you accept Scrum to be a part of you? Scrum isn't a evil entity. That's definitely one thing that you are confident of. So it's not like you're carrying around an entity of just ill intent. I mean, Scrum has imprinted upon you. Scrum looks at you as a parent. But whether it is connected to the Shadow Veil or not was never really had the chance to be determined.
Mm-hmm.
At worst, you would suspect Scrum is a scrying device more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, Leighton, do you accept Scrum into your heart?
I guess. I guess I already did. I already thought I did, but
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's what I'm saying. But is that still there?
yeah, I think so. I mean, I'm the fucking god of death. What am I afraid of? Scrum can't kill me, so
There you go. Then that is what happened to Scrum. You're still connected with Scrum.
And if he is still connected to Asmodeus, you can just like talk shit to Asmodeus whenever you want.
Oh my
listen here,
God.
you piece of garbage. Stay where you are. Tell him
He's
that
super jealous.
Scrum is just looking at you at that point in time. His tentacles moving around as you're like screaming straight into him. And his one eye just looking at you, confused as to why you're yelling at him. All right. So, without further ado, then, you guys will sail your final night before arriving at what you believe is the location of Crocesque. Guided, by the way, by Leighton, who knows where the city is. Now with a mastery of the sword, you can tell and detect where Crocesque is, which is why you've been traveling there. You will have a final feast made by Nicholas of a nice prime rib with all the fixings, all the vegetables, and Nicholas will simply say to Leighton, "Thank you for giving me a chance and a way at life. This is my goodbye to you." And it literally is just the biggest feast that Nicholas has ever prepared, and probably the biggest feast that has ever been on the ship itself. So, with that, I mean to present you what happens. It's a pretty straightforward thing. The theater of the mind territory. The ship will sail off to the location of Crocesque. Leighton, with the ability and the power of immortality, you being immortality, would open up the whirlpool just like before to the city of Crocesque. It was a very violent whirlpool where the War Master tore into the city of the dead. But as you raise your blade and sword, the opening is peaceful, welcoming. The whirlpool itself and the rapids and the currents are yours to command. as you enter into the city of Crocesque. You'll see the ship fortified, well fortified several times at this point, sail and descend down into the fallen city, as once again you see its ruins, its splendor before you. But again, this isn't a scary, frightful location that as it was before, this city of the dead sapping away at you. As the misdemeanor gently rests down in front of Crocesque's gate, you would find that everyone around you able to breathe normally, their life force is not being drained away. It is because you, the Lord of Crocesque, wielder of immortality, has brought forth his friends, family, and the city welcomes you all warmly. As you walk through the streets of Crocesque, you see, as mentioned before, the spirits that kind of faded away, looking over at you. But this time the faces, they sort of clear a little bit more. Haunted images of pirates and people that have been taken away and slain by the War Master scattered its populace. But now you are greeted by those that look more of Levin. This was once an ancient city of a starry heritage. These horned people, like I said, gentle shadows, will stare at you, staring off and staring on. No concern, no ill content, no worry. The city simply greets you, welcomes its new populace and population. As Crocesque itself, as you dive deeper in, this city is a connection between Prime Plane and Dietic Vale. It is a place where those that aren't ready to pass on can still live a life in peace, and those that are will simply pass through its gates, returning back to the Dietic Vale. As you walk through the streets as people welcome you, your sword will vibrate and a little bit warm to the touch as people are, as the spirits within the sword are no longer frightened from the loss of life that was taken away so violently in Asmodia. Sure, a majority of the populace will want to remain in Crocesque until they are prepared to go, but some are ready to pass on. As you walk through the buildings, the pillars, you step foot once again into a place that was a place of battle, but now you step into your throne, Leighton, and everyone else. The throne room itself still warped and twisted from the War Master's desires. In time, you will be able to transform this into something that best suits the image you wish to give. But latent before you is the throne War Master once sat. It is the throne of Crocesque. It's the one who is the Lord of the Dead. And that throne is for you. Once you sit upon the throne and rest your blade, you are able to seal this room once again and begin your transformation into the God of Death. Before you do so, however, is there anything more you wish to say? Then I'll have one more piece of information.
Leighton kind of turns around and addresses everyone and goes, "You know, it's kind of funny. The last time we were here, we took out the War Master, and the first time I met Asmodeus, I told him that I was the immortal King of Death. I didn't actually think that was true. I was just throwing insults."
Maybe you actually knew. Deep down somewhere.
Maybe, Kyron. Maybe. Captain Armstrong.
Aye.
You were the best first mate I've ever had. Thank you for your service.
Oh,
It was a
don't
pleasure to
start
be
on
your
that
captain.
again.
It was a pleasure to be your absolute, uncontested leader amongst the crew of us. Thank you so much for your service.
Now you listen here, Beard Throne. I hate to say I told you so, but I told you so. When you are ready to give up on yourself, when you are down in despair, getting mired in your own self-doubt, I said, Leighton, you're destined for more than this. You got a whole life ahead of you. Me, I'm just an old man. All I can do is show you that you've got a destiny waiting for you, and here you are. So don't fault me for saying, I told you so.
I would jump back into that dumb shadow portal 10,000 times for you, friend.
Aye, well, the feeling's mutual.
He gives him a little punch on the shoulder.
Leighton hogs a loogie in his hand and sticks it out to Armstrong.
Aye, a proper pirate's handshake.
He shakes.
Aye. Luna! You best not be forgetting about the training, mate. I expect to see squats. I expect to see stretches. I expect to see all kinds of suplexing. No one is safe from Luna.
Leighton, I'll train every day. And the next time I suplex a sea witch, or the next time I do the people's elbow on a shadow demon, I will think of you. And I will remember that you weren't just a soul survivor. You were somebody who cared so deeply about everybody that you met, and you changed so many lives. So this is only fitting. I'll miss you.
Leighton pulls out a small dagger and hands it to Luna and goes, "This right here is the first weapon I ever wielded being a part of Lady Luck. It doesn't do anything. It's dull. It's awful. It's basically just a piece of plastic. But it meant everything to me. When I think of the misdemeanor, I think of you, Luna. You are the heart that kept us together. I will miss you." Kyron, what are we going to do with you?
Kyron just looks upset.
Never in my life, and I've seen a lot of things. I have never met anyone as so small as you, and yet more raged than 1,000 warriors.
I got a lot of fight in me, Captain.
You turn into a shark. You turn into animals. That's insane. And you eat like them too.
I gotta keep up that energy somehow, right?
Aye.
Best not to go hungry.
Leighton, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Kyron's gonna fall silent for a second, and then she's gonna look back up at him, and for the first time, she has a genuine look of just of admiration. She looks she looks at Leighton and says,
before I came aboard the Demeanor, I was lost, Leighton. I left my home. I was going from place to place, and I always ran. I ran from emotions, I ran from people, I ran from my friends. But you and this crew taught me how to stick it out. And you taught me what loyalty is. So, thank you, Leighton.
Don't you go crying. You're supposed to be a ferocious beast.
I'm trying, damn it!
There we are. There she is.
I'm trying, damn it. I'm trying.
You don't need to try. You're doing great, kiddo. Leighton takes out his tobacco pipe and gives it to Chiron. This is for when if anyone ever thinks that you're not smart or tough. For some weird reason, everyone always respects a man with a tobacco pipe. I've never even smoked this thing, but it always made me look like I was thinking.
Thanks. I'll try to think more with it.
Yeah, you do that.
Hey! You shut your mouth!
Well, Nicholas, I'm not gonna lie. I forgot your name multiple times. But
he kind of like rubs the back of his head and he goes, "That's okay, kid."
But Leighton kind of leans in, and his eyes kind of shimmer a little green, and he goes, "If you break Luna's heart, mate, you don't want to see the Reaper on the other side. You understand?"
He blushes a little bit at that statement and silent for a moment, as if he was about to be apprehensive. But then he just looks you directly in the face. He will say, "That's nothing you gotta be worrying about, Captain."
Aye.
And then smiles and says, "But I wouldn't want to get on your bad side, huh?"
Nicholas, out of all of the conflicts we've had, this is the first time you stood up to me like a man. And I am so damn proud of you, mate. And like Leighton like pats him, but like accidentally puts too much strength in smacking him and he falls to the ground.
He like backs. You'll see him back up a little bit, almost like he's about to fall, struggling. But then he like braces himself a little bit, and he looks over to you before he falls, before he even fell, bracing himself, and he'll hit back, like back to you, and you'll see a little weight of strength to it. Nothing too much like push you back, but just a little like back at it. And he'll smile and just say, "Thank you for showing me how to be stronger for those that I care about and for myself. I'm gonna miss you, Captain."
Yes. I will miss you too, Nicholas. Don't upset Chiron.
Linda she's like scribbling a map right now as much as she can, and then she'll look forward over to you and be like, "Oh, is this okay?" As she like holds up the map.
Yeah, it's fine, whatever.
Well,
I'm sure it'd be great.
Well, thank you, Captain. Been all in the city. Amazing. And you're gonna be here the entire time, huh?
I don't know yet, Linda, but I have some terrible news.
She'll frown.
it's just not going to work out between us. I know we've had so many romantic possibilities on this journey, and
Her
we've just
frown
had
becomes neutral.
we've just, I always felt there was something between us, but now we really can't be together, and for that, I'm sorry.
Ah, she says, and then with the most neutral tone will be like, yeah, it's a real shame. Many sleepless nights.
Aelis's face is in his hand. Like, oh my god.
Leighton pulls out his last bottle of his favorite whiskey and hands it to her and just goes, "We'll always have this," and just hands it over.
Yep, she says that she'll take it, and she'll just say again, with a neutral tone, I'll cherish it always.
Aye.
That reminds me, Leighton. One more for the road.
Aye. One more for the road, indeed.
Strong uncorks the rum, takes a swig, hands it to Leighton.
Takes a swig, hands it back.
Here, I'm a pirate too. I want to join in.
Why don't we all have a little swig just for old time's sake?
I suppose.
Aylis.
It'll probably put some beard in your face.
You can't be a beard throne with no beard.
Plenty.
Linda will just
He's a beard throne with no beard.
Linda will just hold up the whiskey that you gave her as like, thank you, I have my own.
Hear, hear to the misdemeanor and the finest crew of IOCs.
You're here.
Here.
Yeah.
Here.
Cheers, Captain.
Leighton, I'll try not to send you too many customers.
Oh, if I get them, I'll know what they did.
Oh, you'll know just where they came from.
Nicholas will take a big swig. Everyone will look forward to the throne. One more thing left to do, Leighton. I'm to ferry the souls. Leighton will slowly approach up to the throne. A heavy weight. As you realize the power of Leighton, that you are welcome within this kingdom. Life can be carried on here if you so desire. So, Leighton, approach the throne. Choice to be given to each and every one of you. Desire it. Because Leighton will be the ruler of Crocesque, this place will become hospitable to you, this city of the dead. But once the city is sealed, it will remain so until Leighton's conversion into godlyhood is complete. While you are down within this city, time will not pass by for you. Your age here will be your age until you depart. If you wish to stay here with Leighton, free to do so. But when Leighton is finished transforming into the deity of death, the world may have forever changed while you remained down here. That being known, understood, It is also faithful to know that some of you may decide to stay here while others pass on. So, if you wish to stay with Leighton, step forward to the throne. If you wish to continue your life in the great journey in this era of Io, walk over to the door. Make your choice.
Sahani was already going no matter what.
Oh damn.
Above board, what does it mean
What do you mean?
about staying or going to the door?
Leighton is going to seal away the city of Crocesque while he transforms into a god of death. If you wish to
He
continue...
basically has to cocoon.
Yep. So if you wish
He's
to...
not going to just be the Reaper.
Yeah. So if you wish to continue, if you wish to continue the journey with Leighton, you will be here in Crocesque for quite some time. Hundreds upon thousands of years. But while you are here, you will not age any further. But once Leighton is done, and if you were to, and you were able to leave Crocesque, the world may have forever changed. Or the world will have changed at that point because it'll be the future. However, if you have... Phase 3.
Wait, above board, are you saying that if everyone stays with me, we move on to phase 3? Is that what you're saying, Brett?
Yeah,
not-
that's what I was.
I don't want to say that because I don't want to put pressure on people who would like to continue their lives in this phase.
I don't think
Is
we as
this-
characters would know that either, so it's
And
all
you as
depending on
characters
what
would
you
not know
would
that.
do.
That is
Yeah,
correct.
keeping the misdemeanor going is personally what I want, but Captain Armstrong is absolutely
Right.
going back out.
And that is why I definitely didn't want to pitch it as everyone stays, you get to go on to phase 3
Yeah.
because everyone has a story that they want to tell, and I don't want to pressure people into pushing forward. But since for example Zahani wishes to stay, everyone else has that chance as well.
Oh my. Can I say something to Armstrong?
Please.
Armstrong, Captain, I was kind of thinking about the whole, Leighton being able to ferry souls and all that, and since we don't really know where yours went, I don't know if it would be out there in the world. Maybe our only chance to find it would be to stay here with someone who has the power to do that. I'd stay with you.
I can't leave me ship behind. It's the one thing that's always been with me. It's made me who I am. As a matter of fact, I'd say it's kind of like my soul. I'm not Captain Armstrong without the misdemeanor. And as much as I'd like to stay here, the lot of you, I can't be separated from her.
I see. What about finding your soul, though? I don't know what happens. I guess we elves, the way that we look at souls, I'm not sure if it's different from how humans do. But I guess I don't know what it's like without one. I just really wanted to help you find yours.
Well, the real soul is twisted beyond recognition and been gods only know where, back to the Shadow Vale with Asmodeus, and to be honest, that soul, it's dead to me. I don't want it back. But maybe there's something out there. It's a great big world. Something. Restore me to the way I was before it was taken. It's a great big unknown world out there. And I've got the rare opportunity to see as much of it as I can.
Can I tell you why I call you Captain? Even when we're not on the ship or anything like that?
Aye.
You see, when I found you on the beach that day hanging from the tree, because you were trying to get your rum down or whatever it was, even though I don't think bears drink rum, I was in between lifetimes, you know? I was looking for something, but I didn't know what. And the time that we spent together, whether it was harassing people in the tavern or looking for gold on islands or teaching you how to keep your place looking nice, I really appreciated that. And when you saw me on the beach that day, you know, like, for me, I've always felt like I never belonged anywhere. You know, I go from one family to the next, one place to the next, but I never felt like I had a family. I never felt like I was good enough, or even my elven home. I never felt like I was the daughter my dad wanted. And you told me that I could always be part of the crew, and you'd always look after me like family, and that was my family. So when I call you my captain, I remember that talk that we had that day. And I just want to thank you for being there for me all these years. You'll always be my captain.
Luna, when you came along that day, I had all but given up. I'd given up sailing, I'd given up being a pirate. I'd damn near given up drinking. But when I met you, I saw a beacon of eternal youth and endless wonder and joy and hope and everything that had left me. And you filled me with that drive to get back out there and get the most out of these last handful of years. And if it weren't for that, well, I never would have met any of you, to be honest. And Luna, I can't thank you enough for what you've done. Of course, now I've got a whole eternity. And you've got, a good few centuries, I'd say. So if you'd like to keep the journey going, you'll always be welcome on the Demeanor.
Armstrong.
Aye.
I will find your soul, and you will return it. I will return it to you.
Well,
it was robbed from you. You should get a second chance.
don't go out of your way there, Captain. But if you do come across it and you can reforge it to the way it was, why, I'd be eternally grateful.
He's gonna need someone. Oh.
No, go ahead.
He's gonna need someone who knows your soul to be able to find it. And so that's why I think I have to go. I know you say the ship is your soul, but it's not. It's out there somewhere. And I have to find it for you.
Well, that's very noble of you, Luna.
Leighton's like kind of shocked because he doesn't know what to say.
Luna, what do you do?
Will you let me do this for you?
The choice is yours, Luna. I wouldn't take that away from you.
Lived so many lives, and at the end of the day, I couldn't really do anything for the people that I had to say goodbye to. At the end of the day, I just outlived them, you know? And one thing I still believe as an elf is that we all have a soul, and it's what makes us who we are. And if I could find yours for you and reunite you with that, then I would do that. I want to feel like what I did in this lifetime mattered, and if Luna goes over also to Nicholas, and she says, Nicholas, I know earlier you said that you'd follow me anywhere, but I don't know if I could ask you to follow me here. I want you to live a happy life.
As you explain to that, Nicholas just reaches out and holds both your hands. And you'll just see a smile on his face. Before he turns over to Armstrong. All right, Captain. I think you're gonna have to find another chef. Made a promise.
Blast it all, your cooking was so bleeding good. Now what am I gonna do?
And he'll turn back to Luna. If you'll have me.
I would be very happy to.
Then there's nothing more to discuss.
Follow your heart, young man. I didn't. Once upon a time.
Look down and then just say, I already am, Captain. Thank you. And I'll turn to Armstrong for everything.
Just give him a nod.
And then this will look forward to Leighton. And Luna, at that point, will you walk with Nicholas to Leighton?
Yes.
Two of you would walk together. And you'll just kind of, at that point, just see him, like, smile over at Leighton. At that point, give Leighton a knowing nod.
The second they start to walk, I think Ayla at this point looks so conflicted. And I think would call after Luna and run after her and give her a big hug.
Ayla, my brother.
Luna, I don't know if I can do this on my own.
Ayla, the time that I've met you, you've grown up. I know you know how smart you are. But do you know how much worth you have? I feel like ever since you came to the ship, you were owned by the Academy. I wonder if deep down you knew how much worth you had. To all of us, you've changed all our lives. And I know you're gonna do amazing things for the people around you, for this world. I have utmost confidence in this.
I didn't know it was going to be this hard.
Luna kind of like brushes back his hair a little bit. Says, I never got to finish that throne of books for you.
It's all right. Thank you for everything, Luna. And if I'm lucky enough to still be alive when this is... If I get to see you again, I'll be very blessed.
You have elven blood running through your veins. I wouldn't be surprised if you lived a lot longer. Especially with your good sense of caution with everything. I'm so happy you became a pirate.
Me too, I suppose. And he'll look over to Zahani and Leighton, and he'll walk to them. Hey, take care of him, Zahani.
I will make sure of it.
Leighton. You're right. There's too much that I want to do. I want to change things. And I have to leave to do that. So, throwing my arrogance aside, assuming that I can't figure out how to get back here or talk to you again, I want you to know, I've said it already, but I'm going to change the world, and I'm going to make you proud. And, I love you.
Well, seeing that you're not going to be with me, I have several years of parenting I have to make up for, so...
Oh, please don't.
Luna's like, I have to hear this.
When you meet a woman for the first time, one that you truly care about...
Oh, no.
Oh, Leighton.
Nicholas is nodding in the background.
Leighton, he's gonna stop you short and put a hand on your arm and go, Leighton, I'm gay.
Leighton stops. When you meet a man that brightens your world...
I was really hoping that would just stop the whole thing.
Nicholas will nod.
The key element is to listen.
when meeting strangers, notice the way they talk to you and the people around you. You can always tell when someone's kinder than they put out to be. And when you see someone in trouble, just know you don't know their story. Just like you didn't know mine. And if you are going to be a world-class librarian, you're going to need to look the look. So,
Leighton takes off his gigantic pirate cloak that he's been wearing this whole journey and wraps it around Ayla's.
It drags on the floor.
I am so proud to call you my son. And I will get to live the rest of my days knowing that I will always love you.
Thank you for being the father I have always wanted. Yeah, all right. I'm going to leave because otherwise I'll just keep crying and he'll give him a big hug.
Leighton swings around in a circle with Ayla in his arms.
All right. It's time for us to sleep, friends.
Kyron?
There was always one thing I wanted out of my life, and it was to always be remembered. There are so many people who have come and gone in this world who have forgotten about. And now I realize that I will always be the immortal one, as long as you all tell my story. Tell our story. Thank you for making me immortal.
Kyron's gonna look at Armstrong and look at the crew, and she's obviously torn in half. But then she looks at Ayla and huffs a little bit and says,
If you want to hug her, you've got to do it now.
Kyron's gonna walk up to Ayla and hug him instead.
Ayla will look surprised and return it full force.
I've run from things my whole life, and I finally found a family. I'm not smart, I'm not useful. I wouldn't be able to help in finding and purifying Armstrong's soul on this end. And if there's one thing that I've learned, it's that I want to make sure that I do right by my family. I'm not useful here, but maybe I can be useful with them. Finally.
A lot of you. And he'll squeeze her tighter. Right then.
Collapses into his arms and squeezes.
Oh, one last thing. Armstrong.
Aye, Captain.
Leighton pulls out a gigantic sack of gold and throws it at his feet.
You never did care for the stuff, did ya?
We had a contract, you and I. You would help me, and I would reward you handsomely. I realize I never did that. Pirate code and all.
Aye, well, I'll have to use this to hire me a new crew.
Should be more than plenty there.
Much obliged, Captain. See you in 1,000 years or so.
Oh, you'll be seeing us.
Kyron looks at Armstrong and kind of gives a sheepish grin.
I know I said I'd stay on the misdemeanor, but, long-term goals, right?
I can't blame ya.
Sorry, Captain. But I want to see you on the other end, soul intact.
Well,
Promise.
hopefully you will.
Promise! I'll miss you.
Fine.
And he puts out a hand.
We'll shake on it. A pirate never breaks his word.
Kyron looks at his hand and then just
Yes.
spits in his hand and shakes his hand after spitting in it.
Well, that's one way to do it.
Kyron takes a few steps back and joins the rest of the crew.
Luna can't help it, and she sees one more time. She runs over and she hugs both Armstrong and Ayla. I'll see you again, okay? You take care of each other.
Aye, of course you will. The time will fly by. Don't even think about it.
Ayla,
Yes.
never let anyone bring you down. And if they say a fucking word, you tell them the Grim Reaper's coming for them.
Ayla will smile. There is something intimidating about saying that my father is the Reaper. I'll have to use that.
You tell them this is a ghost story they're never going to forget.
As Luna walks off, she reaches into her pocket and she hands something both to Ayla and to Captain and says, I got you guys some tiny anvils too. Bye.
Why, Luna, what a handsome gift.
Oh.
With that, you all, those that join, will march up to the throne as Ayla, Armstrong, and Linda will march back to the doorway. At this point, scene ends as follows. You
Great,
will-
let me sit on the throne.
I'm let you. Just it's all good. It's all good.
Hold
all
on.
good.
Hold on.
God
Yeah,
should
yeah,
be
yeah.
freed from the
So, as you all approach over on the throne, you will see as Ayla, Armstrong, and Linda walk through what appears to be these large open archways at this point, with a giant stone door that has been torn open, that is open to everyone. You'll look forward one last time as those that stay with Leighton within the city of Crocesque. Leighton, with a lot more to do, to prepare, to become a god of death, to ease the souls of those that have fallen, will at the very least not be alone. As they all stand there looking at their friends one final time. Ayla, Armstrong, you both walk out south towards through the archway, as you will then watch and see as the stone doors in front of you seal up, close. You continue your journey and advancement through the city of the dead, through Crocesque, as Armstrong and Ayla will wander the streets one final time, heading over into their airship. As they do so, the city itself, somber and quiet, will suddenly illuminate, showing a peacefuler time of celebration and jubilation. A moment in Crocesque history where a parade celebrating the heroes of Crocesque returning once again as its citizens cheer. You will hear this jubilation of cheers and claps of celebration for the story's end. As Armstrong and Ayla continue to progress the ship, they are given a final farewell to the city of Crocesque, celebrating all that they have done and returning the city of the dead back to its true order. You'll return back to the Misdemeanor. The waters and currents will take you back up to the great journey, because your journey, Misdemeanor, is not over yet. There's more story to tell, more epics to write. As Armstrong and Ayla you will make a astounding impact to the world of Io. And Leighton and those that wait in the city of the dead in Crocesque, your impact will resonate as well for years, centuries, timeless millennia to come. This concludes the campaign of the Misdemeanor. Thank you so much for playing.
Thank you, Brett.
Oh
Thank
my
you.
God. Oh my God.
That is our ending. Thank you very much.
I knew
for
I
playing.
was gonna cry. I didn't think I was gonna cry for literally the entire time.
Same. Same.
Would you guys like one more fan art session?
Yes,
Let's
please.
do it.
Yes.
We're doing that. Are free to share your thoughts. Do whatever. Fan art.
I didn't think that everyone would end up going with Layden. I thought Zahani was like, that's the one person I was like, well, I think Zahani would go because Zahani is like such a curious person, and that just felt like the great person to go with him. But I didn't think that Luna or Kyron were gonna come either. So that's crazy.
You got your heralds.
Yeah.
Kyron was tricky. I was really trying to think of whether or not she would go, but when I realized that the majority of the crew was staying and Leighton at least is gonna live essentially forever, I was like, she wouldn't
Yeah.
leave the only family that she's had, really. But
Right.
Ayla, though.
I was really torn too, because I thought for sure I would stay with Armstrong, but then I was like, Luna's super spiritual, and I think that it's always really bothered her that he lost his soul. And back during the earlier episodes when, she was the one who would notice that something wasn't right with him, and she almost took it to mean that there was no chance, so she was like, no, I think at the end she felt like it was the right thing to do.
There's
Right.
something really poetic about the fact that the youngest person that was in the campaign is the one who won't live to phase 3.
Oh god.
Yeah.
It's like I think especially after the conversation he had with Leighton, he would have felt like, you're right, there's stuff that I want to do in the world. I have ambitions. I have ways that I want to change things, and I think that is the choice he would make, but it's sad.
Hey, as long
If everyone had stayed, they could have just reunited after like 1,000 years. Or however long. Unless Armstrong gets himself killed out there. Which he might.
Well, I definitely didn't want the decision to be influenced by, hey, maybe a future phase 3 campaign. I definitely wanted the decision to be something that your characters would have done and how they would have wanted to end their story aboard the Misdemeanor. That was very important. That was very important to me. I didn't want to make it a I didn't want to make it to an event like, well, surprise, surprise. You know what I mean? I wanted to make sure that you guys told the story and wrapped it up and ended it the way that you wanted to end it. That was very important, since this is your story. I'm the DM. I set up the setting and I give you everything that's there, but the most important thing is that you as players are able to tell the story that you want to tell with the characters that you've created. Oh, and I'm hopefully you did. Hopefully you got to tell the story you wanted to tell, and your choices will resonate through the future of IO as this world continues to grow and develop. I mean, Dodger knows phase 1, you know, during the offline campaigns, a lot of stuff influenced what is now was in phase 2, and the things that you guys have done in phase 2 will absolutely continue on over to phase 3, build that world. So
The scene between Ayla and Leighton was so heartbreaking. Like, when he said, "One day I might die, and you'll be the one to greet me," like that. I think that's around when I had to mute myself because I was like sobbing.
Right there.
That was
broke.
That was the gut wrencher.
It was so chilling.
That was. I mean, that was really. I like that. I like that. You guys ready for some fan art?
Yeah, let's do it.
We got I think we got a double fan art, but I had to show this again. This still
It's so good.
it's so
fucking
good.
funny.
It's so freaking good. Just it's what happens when you have 3 bards in the party. Yikes. My god. I think this is what's labeled.
Oh my god.
I didn't see this.
So cute.
This file's so big, but I think it's Zahani got fashion advice from Malcolm. I only saw part of it, and I was like, I bet you this is from Malcolm. Yep, Zahani
It's
got
so
fashion
cute.
advice from Malcolm. Absolutely.
Ooh.
This is a Misdemeanor.
Oh, whole group.
Oh, look at us.
We got some.
Oh, they included your
lovely-
3 souls from the other campaign. Sorry.
Oh,
We've got some lovely. I think this is from last week.
It's canon. I am Smith.
Aw. I love that we got to. Oh, this is sweet.
I personally, from a story writer perspective, liked the Nicholas Luna, sort of like their relationship arc essentially, because it didn't feel campy, you know. It felt like it could go either way. As that, but really, I just wanted to make sure that the focus was there was a solid a solid friendship, excuse me, between the two.
And fanship.
And fanship, yeah.
Right, can I just point out that the file name is Ayla dislikes this.
Oh, what? Oh my god, I did not see this.
My god.
Good.
Oh, where did Sahani get those glasses for his emotes? Where did you get that glasses? I found it. Help! I can't see.
No, I need her. She's like my only crew member.
Lamia, while that's loading, I've got others that are going to be loading up as well. There's some massive loadings. We've got some uppies.
Yes.
Iron, where is the blanket?
Oh my gosh.
That's from last week. Still got some.
Funny.
It's still got some beautiful magi. Oh my god, these are large and
This
giant.
is my favorite form of the Magi, by the way.
By the way, I just booped it as this creature starts coming out. The big boy.
Yes.
When he was just growing.
I love that character. It's so
Right.
weird.
Party, don't touch anything. Boop. Boss battle starts. Kyron.
Oops.
The shark teeth, though.
Yo.
The file name again.
It
Teleports.
teleports behind you. Oh my. Yo, can we get a look at this final send off
Amazing.
of the crew?
Incredible.
So
Good job,
good.
Lamia.
That is very.
Wow.
That is very.
It's my desktop background.
Lamia, oh my
The other
God.
one's been my desktop background for like at least a year now. And now
That's
this
One of
is
them
awesome.
dancing.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
that
is another
cute.
one.
that warms my heart. That really does. That's awesome. I'm glad that that these guys that this game has made an impact. Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, moving on. No, that's the wrong. There we go. Children yelling McDonald's. We have food at home. McDonald's.
This is one of my favorite memes.
Would know.
I love that Ayla and Armstrong are both at We Have Food at Home, but like kind of angling toward one side or the other.
Yeah.
That's very true.
It's just you look at all of that, and you're like, yep, that's about right. This is the bookshelf
Shut
versus
up.
Malcolm. Shush. Oh, that's good. That's okay. Nice. Nice. I get it. Captain Layton and the Immortal Blade. Get it?
I love it.
Oh, that's really good. Oh my god.
Cute.
So
I would
fun.
play that puzzle game.
Remember that time I called Captain Layton Professor Layton?
Yeah. And
Yes.
here we are.
The Dance of the Magi.
Aww.
Also the way that the hut is imagined. This was the good one.
Oh, that's cute.
That's really cute.
Oh,
my
hello.
God.
Wow. The mouth.
That's how Luna sees the hut.
Well,
It's very. Oh.
Oh, I love it.
What a moment. What a moment right over here with Ayla and Malcolm in the book. Very good.
Who gave you the right to make Malcolm look that cool?
How dare you? This cracked me up.
This is my new profile page. New profile picture. It makes me laugh.
Oh boy. Oh man. So sad. The I Miss Tremor duo.
Oh, stop.
no.
Aw.
I never even met him.
My boys. I know, right? My boys. This is also, I agree with the goblin. We should probably figure. Whoa, it has twigs for fingers. This is in the last goblin episode last week. That was it.
We were like trying to talk about the plan, and meanwhile, Kwa was like, "I've made life."
Yeah. It has twigs for fingers. It was very good. Got a nice little Kyron over here.
Cool.
Mm.
I love it.
Rolling through. Oh, this is sweet. The time to cross worlds.
Aww.
So cute.
Oh my gosh, you got boy in there and everything.
For those of you who don't know, that character is from Laura's game.
Yes.
Aww.
Oh no, Laura. Yes, good.
What a
This is-
stark change! What a
Yeah,
stark
this is what
change!
we
You went
needed.
from
Wait,
wholesome things to Luna spanking Asmodeus.
Yo, look. That's Luna, okay? That's Luna in a nutshell. It's all over the
What?
place sometimes.
With this ending, Luna might get the chance to do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right though.
Labeled by the lazy butt. Thank you, Brett, for the awesome pirate campaign.
Oh.
And now the moment you've all been ready for. I have a spoon from Lamia.
Amazing.
I have tea from Lamia.
So good.
All right. This is not canon. Will you bake with me?
You sure?
All right, we're
positive that
we're going a little freeform on the fan art today, guys.
No, this happened. We all saw this. Yeah,
We saw it.
Check the VOD. It was there.
Liam doesn't know what he's talking about. This is
but
canon.
you just not remembering things correctly in your old age.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my gosh.
Namerino Yo-Yo, this right over here. Loading. Oh, look at those faces.
Precious.
Cuties.
Aw, how sweet. Anyway, here's Zahana with a giant head.
Yeah.
Good.
The only way it fits.
Yo.
How about that infinity bag hat too? Just
Ayla and Nigel together.
Aww.
Oh, good. Dyer. Thank you. Bless you, Dyer.
Oh my god, there's so much.
Aw.
So cute.
The bun. I love the bun.
And oh god. Now it's time to cry. Time to
No.
cry.
Oh,
Stop.
God.
oh no.
Woo-wee.
I can't look.
Oh.
Look at this painting.
Oh.
From Sword of Shadows. Acrylic on wood panel. Thank you so much, Sword of Shadows. That's wonderful.
Is that an NFT?
Shut up. All right. So here we go. Let's see here. Hold on one second.
So anyone else's eyes like super puffy, nose
Yes.
red? Like
I have the worst headache of my life. Of crying.
Okay, there we go. All right. So, got.
Getting a 3-foot tall person drunk.
Here you go. Nice little hat. Oh, those. It's time to cry.
There's so many.
So many hugs.
Oh, God.
Aw, Neighborino. One last Linda. Oh, Sonny. You should come with me.
Oh my goodness.
Everyone loves
It's
Zahani.
a custody battle.
Custody battle.
My God. Oh, even as a
What
cocoon.
is- Oh, it's upside down.
Oh,
It's upside
no.
down.
Oh.
No.
Got some lovely little Kyron
My
art
pipe.
over here. Kyron's
Yes,
thinking
good.
face. Hey, did you
Wait,
like
is
did you like Zahani monkey magic? What about Kyron monkey
Yes!
Oh my God, yes, please, and
Monkey
thank you.
sister.
Yes, please, and
Monkey
thank
sister
you,
gets to
Monkey
stay.
Bro. Monkey siblings.
Oh, how cute.
We get to stay
Aw,
together.
This is
Yo,
wholesome.
Shane. During the battle with Asmodeus, I picked up polymorph just in case you went monkey.
I was about to as well. but-
Yeah, I picked it up specifically so that if you went monkey, we would be monkey.
So, Banishment 101. All right, you brats, lessons over. Any questions? Mr. Beardthroat, is it true that you used to be a pirate with the god of death?
It's got this stubble that's like expanded.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you,
Very
Jay.
good.
Oh man.
It's time to cry.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh. Yo, I didn't know this. Masae apparently drew everyone on Masae.
Oh my my gosh.
Oh, that's
I
so
had to do it.
that's so good.
I love the snake is just screaming for dear help. As they just choke
Oh my God, I didn't see that.
So good. So good. Aw. Crumbleton, here we are.
Oh.
Nicholas is over here.
Oh.
I like that. I like that.
Very Legacy of Cain.
Say hello to Death's crew. We've got Jamie Oliver, T, Monkey, and Hangry.
Ah, yes, the 4 horsemen of the Reaper.
That's one way to do it. All right. Well, that is our final fan art of the Misdemeanor.
Oh my god.
Thank you guys so much for playing. It has been an honor DMing you for the year and a half. A great story was told, good feelings, good emotions, and you guys have been an absolute delight. Misdemeanor, just as I've told people before, IO and a misdemeanor especially is such a freaking life changer, you know? So I personally thank you all, because without you guys, I feel like I wouldn't have polished my my story chops up, give you guys a world to flesh out even further, and to get mushy for just a brief moment. Without Misdemeanor, I would not be with Masae right now, and so that's D&D is fucking wild, you know. So
Nice.
thank you.
Well,
Yep.
honestly, like, shoot. It's kind of hard to express how much the Misdemeanor means to me. It's my first D&D campaign, and I was really skittish going into it, and I was really excited, but you guys came around in a time of my life where I really needed it, and I love this crew. And I'm glad that I was able to make such good friends through this wild world of IO, and in a very real and tangible way, the Misdemeanor changed my life completely, and it's wild, and I'm very, very thankful. I'm very thankful for this crew, and I'm very thankful for this experience, because I wouldn't be where I am now without you guys, so thank you. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
Masae.
I've been dreading this, and I'm shattered, but I'm also really glad that it happened.
Yeah.
And just because I know this is difficult for everyone, that but stories have endings. The way a story is supposed to be, but that doesn't mean that a new story can't be written and new experiences can't be felt. So even though we closed the book on one story that we've all written together, we're going to be turning the page and opening and starting a brand new journey, one way or another. In some way, shape, and form, I will be DMing each and every one of you in this group. So cherish the moments you've found in this one. Shed the tears that you need to shed, but just hold it close to your heart, and remember we all made something wonderful this campaign, this D&D, this story. And the fact that you guys are feeling this way about this means we all did a bang up job. So thank you again. Thank you very much.
We couldn't have done it without you, Brett.
Thank you, Brett.
Yeah.
I couldn't have done it without you guys as well, so thank you again.
And we'll be back for the secret Wood Gnome boss fight anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Yes,
That's
right.
correct.
And
correct.
that's when when you kill Wood Gnome, we'll have an hour say, killing Wood Gnome was really just the sweetest moment.
It really brought the team together.
Brought the team together. All right, guys, thank you again. I'll see you all around, okay?
Wait, hold on,
Brett.
hold on.
Oh.
Hold on.
Chat. One more time, y'all need to send love to Brett, who masterfully crafted not just this, but all of IO. That's crazy. That one dude fucking did this. Think about the shit he's been doing for the last 2 or 3 years. That's crazy.
Making the maps, writing the stories, organizing the
Yeah.
art, like corralling all of us.
Hey,
I don't know how he does it.
I mean, I listen to you all. That's it. That's the secret. I write the story that I think you guys want, and in the direction that you guys want. I don't put you on rails. I don't say you're gonna listen to this one now. I listen to you guys, and you guys are very vocal about the things you like, whether you realize it or not. And then I just build the world around that. So I have
Also, buy his merch.
buy
Buy
all
his
the
merch.
things.
Buy his merch. Buy his merch.
Yeah,
If
they're
you're like,
so cute.
Go on Patreon. He needs phase 3 funding.
yes,
Phase 3 is gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
Did you? Yo, the song is Chef's Kiss. We want more of that.
Yeah.
if you buy merch, imagine Gerard and his team packing the merch because I do the merch. So
That's
fucking
right. Gerard does
buy
do
the
the
shit.
merch. Gerard.
Buy the
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
Put me and my team to work.
Thank you.
And while we're at it, buy soon Masae's merch and buy Dodgers merch because I do their merch too.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah.
all the merch.
Hey, you
Buy it
know
all
what?
up.
You know what? Uno reverse card. Buy Gerard's merch because
Buy
Gerard does his
Yeah.
own merch. So there
Either
you go.
way, keep me busy no matter what. Do it. Do it.
Buy
I
all the
got
merch.
more than enough going on. Make me busy.
Buy all the merch. All right. Well, thank you guys again. I'll see you around. Okay.
I'll see
Bye,
you, Brett.
Brett.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye. Well, that was as emotional as I thought it was gonna be. Good God, thank you guys so much once again. Appreciate y'all hanging out, being part of the story. This has been entertaining, absolutely amazing. Just a beautiful ending. A beautiful ending, an absolute beautiful ending. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, I really do appreciate that and everything you guys did. Yeah, once again, thank you so much. All right, so first and foremost, let me go ahead and there's a lot. You guys have gifted so many subs. There's a lot that we're going to go through, but let me go ahead and go through the spiel. I have a Patreon, patreon.com/worldofio. I post MP3s, art that's being developed, soon music that's going to be developed for Phase 3, as well as the Game Master notes of all the mechanics that I'm working on for IO. The Patreon is one of the best ways to support what I do. Your Patreon funding is going to me literally mass hiring artists for Phase 3. I've got 3 or 4 artists I'm currently working with. I'm looking to recruit more, and that is because of your subscriptions, but also because of your Patreon support. So please consider dropping some support, even if it's $3. It helps me out tremendously. This is your first time watching World of IO. You picked a session for it, but we have a YouTube channel. We just got to 20,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, guys. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Please, head on over to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/worldofio. Subscribe today. Our next goal is 30,000. We're gonna keep pushing. I wanna see. I want to get that channel to 100K. I want a second play button, and I would love to have a play button that says World of IO on it. That would be absolutely fantastic. So consider subscribing today. We've got a lovely World of IO Discord with a wholesome community of fan artists, rule lawyers, spoiler theorists, wiki archivists, and just generally just a good old-fashioned fun. So please head on over there and support that today. So that's all there is. I am off until. I'm off. I'm off tomorrow. If I stream Monday, it'll be a non-D&D stream, or maybe a D&D stream. I don't know. But Tuesday is our next D&D session. It is the finale for Braun, where we'll be sending the faithful off in style and seeing what they're gonna do. And then Wednesday is the finale of Goblins of IO and the finale of all of Phase 2, as we bid farewell to our fanciful little goblin. So thank you guys again for watching. I appreciate you all very much, and I will see you all the next time. Bye-bye.